So the segment that I'm playing in today is a tough one. It's sort of the one for adventurous families who enjoy going off-roading perhaps, or, you know, on long sort of road trips to, I don't know, coastal and mountainous regions, if you will. I mean, I just made all that crap up. But anyways, I'm in the new or updated Mitsubishi Pajero Sport, and I'm in the model that they only just added, which is the Exceed 4x4. So it's the top of the range model. And I have to say that maybe I should wait. Maybe I should wait and deliver this nugget of wisdom and information at the very end of this video. So basically, you've got the same 2.4 litre turbo diesel under the engine. It's got 133 kilowatts of power and 430 Newton meters of torque. And I took it off-road this weekend, and it's fab off-road. It's obviously very capable. That's great. What I struggled with was when I was now on sort of the highway and had to overtake somebody. It was a little bit harrowing because it was a bit of an incline and the car sort of didn't quite make it. I had to sort of stop and go back. Okay, I blame the guy in front of me. He was driving like a total Duis, and sort of it drove so slowly, and then as I overtook him decided to speed up and whatever. So he was a punk. But I couldn't get enough power. But I think generally you're not driving like that, so actually there is more than enough load on torque, especially like I say for off-roading or going up looks sort of like a steep incline, maybe not trying to overtake someone at the same time. But what the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport does offer is great standard spec. It sort of has everything you kind of need, and this Exceed adds things like the sunroof, etc. But you've got like your cruise control and all-round electric windows and this touch screen and everything. And I quite like the modern sort of feel inside. It's quite comfortable, albeit on a long trip. I eventually got a little bit uncomfortable, but that's like really kind of nitpicking here. I had a bunch of adults in the back and all very comfortable. You've got the 7 seats, obviously, so that extra row, which none of the adults appreciated. But to be fair, they made for children. Do you know what I mean? They're not really made for your 6-foot friends who now decide to go on a wine tasting, make me a designated Dave. That I'm not doing it again. Yeah, it's made for like the kids and, do you know what I mean? The smaller of the peeps out there. But boot space, obviously with the seats down, is very generous, so you can really put a lot of stuff back there. A lot of wine was bought, and so that was very handy. So this isn't just a family car. It can also be like a wine touring car. No, probably not. This is like a road trip music. You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. I need that part. Cecilia. So I say this is such a tough segment because you have to make these cars sort of capable and comfortable, but they've also got to be affordable. And I think Mitsubishi has really done this. This top of the range comes in at just around 690,000 Rand, which is a lot of money, obviously, for everyone. But for what you're getting, it's actually really, really great value for money, and something I've been very impressed by with this car. And the sort of nugget of information that I wanted to say was that I think I might, dare I say, choose this over a Fortuner, which is something I didn't think I would say, to be honest. I mean, look, I would probably always go maybe Ford Everest. This is certainly, it's a very quiet engine, certainly quieter than something like the Isuzu MU-X. But then you've also got the Haval 89, which I say is a dark horse because many people don't consider it, maybe because they think Haval, but it's a fantastic car, actually. It's just got some weird quirks to it, which I appreciate that this doesn't have. I don't like that you have to always press OK with a screen to, you know, which a lot of cars have. I suppose it's a safety thing, but then stop making touchscreens, people. What's this now? Ooh, to the party, like you were walking into a yacht, and all the girls think that they'd be your partner, they'd be your partner, girl. You're so vain. You probably think this video's about you. You're so vain. And I always say this, I'm such a practical Pam. So for me, I do appreciate that this is such a practical car. It's not a nip to the shop kind of car, and it's big, but the segment is. Like an Everest, I remember just sitting in it feeling absolutely teeny tiny compared to any of the others. But I find this to be a very comfortable car to live with every day, which usually in this segment I don't generally say. I just find it, the driving position, the sort of way it's all compacted in, it's just built perfectly for me. And I think most people will feel the same. Another very impressive thing is I'm sitting at 8.4 liters per 100 Ks as my fuel consumption, which I think is quite exceptional actually, considering I've done a lot of town driving, pushing it quite a lot, and on a long road trip. So overall my average has been 8.4, actually just dropped to 8.2. Yay, Mitsubishi! So here's my advice then. If you're in the market for a 7-seater, you don't want to, you're not going to be shopping in the sort of premium market. You need the 7 seats, you need the space for the kids, you need to be able to go off-road every now and again, or at least like not care if you hit gravel. Or you want to go safariing and all that shit, then I would say definitely put this on your list and take it for a drive and drive it back to back with the other competitors that I mentioned earlier, and then just buy the bloody one that you want and the one you prefer. Such good advice. Woo! We built this city on rock and roll, but this city did. Oh, let's